Welcome to another Cruise News Update. Chris Frame is my name, maritime historian and lecturer, and today we're going to be looking at some news from Royal Caribbean, which has just announced new additions to its 2025-2026 season. It's great to have you on board. Today's news focuses on Alaska, with the line announcing it will be sending 4 ships to Alaska in the 2025-2026 season that range from the huge Quantum class to one of the oldest ships in the fleet that was once the largest cruise ship in the world. That's right, Voyager of the Seas is set to make its debut in Alaska, joining the Anthem of the Seas, Ovation of the Seas, and the Serenade of the Seas. There are going to be a number of itineraries for the Alaskan market from Royal Caribbean, including 7-night adventures from Seattle, or 7 to 13-night voyages from both British Columbia and Canada, or from Seward in Alaska. And these voyages are on sale now. So with 4 ships offering Alaskan voyages, you might be wondering which one to choose. Let's have a look at them so you can make the right decision. Let's start with Voyager of the Seas, built all the way back in 1999, entering service on the 20th of November. The ship was built at the Kverna Massa yards in Turku and at the time was the largest cruise ship in the world. She cost $650 million to build in 1999 and has a gross tonnage of 137,276. So what is a gross tonnage, you might be asking? Well, it's an internal volume measurement, and it gives you a great comparison of the ship against other ships in the market as to how much internal space is available on board each vessel. But if you're more interested in the visual dimensions of the ship, she's 311.1 meters long, or 1,020 feet 8 inches. The top of the ship is 63 meters above the waterline, and she has 15 decks, allowing her to carry 3,602 passengers in double occupancy, or 4,000 passengers in maximum occupancy. If you're interested in what that means, maximum occupancy is actually a measurement that shows you how many passengers a ship can carry when it's at full capacity. In other words, when all of the twin, triple, and quadruple berths are full. Voyager of the Seas is joined in Alaska by the Serenade of the Seas, which is actually a newer ship, although she is smaller than Voyager of the Seas with a gross tonnage of 90,090. She's 293.2 meters long, or 961 feet 11 inches, and has 12 passenger decks with a capacity of 2,490, as well as a crew of 891. She entered service in 2003, having been ordered all the way back in 1999. The ship was built at the Meyer Werft shipyard in Papenburg, Germany. And even though she's only 90,090 gross tons, she has about twice the internal volume of the Titanic. Now, the much larger Quantum-class ships might be the ones for you, and this includes the Anthem of the Seas and the Ovation of the Seas, both of which are going to be operating in the Alaskan market. Anthem of the Seas entered service in April 2015, while Ovation of the Seas is slightly newer, entering service in April 2016. These ships were also built at the Meyer Werft shipyard in Papenburg, the same shipyard that built the Serenade of the Seas, and they cost $940 million each to build. As Quantum-class ships, they have a gross tonnage of 168,666, so they're much larger than their fleet mates. They have a length of 347.6 meters, or 1,139 feet, and have 14 accessible passenger decks, and a total of 16 decks above the waterline. So they're pretty tall ships. These ships also have a relatively slow maximum speed of 22 knots, which is perfectly reasonable for cruising, but they're not going to win any races anytime soon. And they do have a much larger passenger count, with 4,180 passengers in double occupancy, or 4,905 passengers if all the berths are full. The Quantum class also have a number of interesting features, including the Northern Star, which is a pod-like structure that's on the end of a long arm which reaches up into the sky to give you sweeping views of the surrounding area. You might also be interested to know that the Quantum class of cruise ships actually has a larger derivative, which is known as the Quantum Ultra class, which is slightly larger in terms of gross tonnage. With this in mind, which of these ships would you be interested in cruising on in Alaska? Now, given we're talking about Royal Caribbean, I thought I should also mention some extra news that's just come through in relation to the Star of the Seas, the new ship that's under construction at the moment. This is an Icon-class cruise ship, so it's going to be absolutely massive. And Royal Caribbean have just announced that they'll be featuring the musical Back to the Future on board the ship when it enters service in 2025. Have you got a favourite Royal Caribbean ship? Mine's actually the Enchantment of the Seas, which is one of their oldest and smallest ships. And I did a video of my top 5 favourite things about that ship, which I've linked in the description below. Let us know what your favourite Royal Caribbean ship is, and I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, because there's lots more cruise news on my channel. Thanks once again for watching, and until next time, I hope to see you on board.